And everyone's making this noise about, oh, Antonio Brown is upset that he got fined a total of what, $53,000, which is a lot of money. But I don't think people get Antonio Brown. And I had to stop and think about it. And I realized I get it. I get it. And I think I got him before too, but I never talked about him with you from this perspective briefly. Everything you want to understand, or maybe not, about Antonio Brown can be summed up in Dancing with the Stars. There were two Antonio Browns. There was the Antonio Brown before Dancing with the Stars, and then Antonio Brown after. And I say that because I remember rooting for him, rooting that he would win, and being so happy that because of his presence and the reaction by Steeler Nation, Dancing with the Stars was consistently the highest rated program in its time slot. And I also thought, he can relax now because he's been, if you will, blessed by celebritydom, if there is such a thing, and there is, outside of the NFL. And remember, this is something the NFL and the Steelers created. This wasn't Antonio Brown saying, I'm going to go and do this in spite of what you think. The NFL has had now a long history, if you will, of putting its stars on Dancing with the Stars to help get those athletes in a position where they're recognized for their faces rather than just their names and their numbers, which would put them on a par ostensibly with the NBA, among other sports where you can easily recognize the person by the face and you don't have to figure out who that person is behind the mask. So in the quest to make its players better known, both retired and playing, some genius decided to put Antonio Brown on Dancing with the Stars. And he did not let Steeler Nation down. He didn't let the NFL down. He didn't let the Dancing with the Stars crowd down. And he even had humorous moments where he sideways referred to his getting a little bit excited, if you will, during dancing with his partner, right? And she loved it too. But after all that, I thought, okay, that's it. He's fulfilled and he'll probably calm down now. Nope. And what happened was something that I should have remembered from my YouTube days. Well, I still have my YouTube days, obvious by the fact that you're watching this. But something that I learned when I was on CNN nationally because of this YouTube channel, and I was brought on as a commentator, flown into New York on several occasions between 2007 and 2008. I wasn't the only one that CNN producers were hunting after. But to make a long story short and get back to the main point about Antonio Brown, I'll tell you this. When you put people on national television, you create a new level of celebrity for them and a new set of expectations about how they're going to be treated by other people. And it ignites aspects of them, for better or worse, that magnify both the best and worst parts of them. That's exactly what we're seeing with Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a person who's come from humble beginnings, who's went through the racism that many of us and people who look like me go through on a regular basis. And as he likes to say, in quoting Drake, I started at the bottom and here I am. Just because he went to Dancing with the Stars didn't mean that he still didn't think of himself as the person at the bottom and not the person at the top. What it showed him was that he had new areas from which to gain fame, attention, and fortune, and it fed that deep well of, frankly speaking, insecurity in him And it allowed it to expand and say in this new area, hey, you know, this, I'm comfortable. So something happened after Dancing with the Stars. You know what happened? That void filled. He wasn't getting the same level of attention. I mean, Dancing with the Stars, beautiful women, celebrities that you would normally not meet in an NFL walk of life, encounters and trappings and probably things he can't talk about that he would never have gone through had it not been for Dancing with the Stars. And then when he's off the show, that's gone. And he's been trying to get that back. But in the middle of all this, you have Raiders GM Mike Mayock consistently trying to remind him that he's basically another star black player. Okay? And Antonio's saying, I'm not going to dance. Folks, that is a bad scenario for both Mayock and the Raiders and Brown as the person who Raiders head coach John Gruden correctly recognized as a kind of a corporation. So there must be, if this is going to work, some special rules for Antonio Brown. Player-shaped rules. What I mean by that is this. Mayock should allow the teammates to be the judge and jury of how to dispose of punishment for Brown on a case-by-case basis. Because it's the players that will let you know what needs to be done with someone they feel is out of step. They set the parameters. The general manager in this instance should not, in that specific instance of Brown, should not set the parameters. I think Mayock's making a gigantic mistake. This is going to be quite interesting to watch for an entirely other set of reasons that has little to do with football and everything to do with this new celebrity culture that has overtaken not just the NFL, but society. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube, please.